Hi, I'm Charity, and welcome back to the Chaotic Ghost Town Challenge. Last time we had our founder age up from baby to toddler. Here she is. Her name is Fiona Westfall. And right now she has to get all of her skills up to 5. And she only has about 5 days to do so. No, never mind. That's not her birthday. That is her birthday. So she has a week. 7 days. That should be doable. It's a little bit difficult if you don't have tiny living. So what we're going to do first is start on potty training. Because I find that it's easier if you don't have to constantly bathe. So we'll try to keep up with potty, but any of the other needs, we're going to have to ignore them a little bit because toddler skills take forever. So if we can just get started on potty, you have to train 3 times before you can do it yourself if you're not independent. And you don't have any other skill boosts, like what's from Tiny Living. Okay, get out of there. It's so funny how the toddlers won't go to the potty in front of strangers. And I guess the maid is a stranger. So after we do that, the first thing I want to max out is movement, because it's ridiculous how long it takes toddlers to walk from one place to another. So I figure if we max out movement, then I won't have to wait forever for her to get to the next place, or to get her food, or to go sit down, or to put away her dish. And yeah, see this little guy walking and stumbling? That's just terrible. Okay, here, you can have the trash now. It's right there. You can't go in the bathroom when she's in there. Yeah, the maids are not too smart. I also have to make sure that there's enough food out here, because I know a lot of them are hungry. But I think most of them have solved that problem, or at least are on their way to solve that problem. Maybe you might need to be reset. Oh, no, there we go. Okay, he's going to go eat something, but it looks like it's mostly eaten. So like I said last time, I have to be careful about that. Because what will happen is there looks like there's food on that plate, but there may not be. Excuse me. Okay, let's see if he goes and eats that. How are we doing on the potty? Oh, we're already going out to the slide. Now, if you don't have tiny living, then doing this challenge is really hard, because toddlers almost have no skill boosts left, since they can't benefit from their caregivers watching them do things. And you may think that I'm actually wasting time because she can just walk around and get movement skill. But walking around and getting movement skill takes so long. Going down the slide it'll take you from 31% to, you know, at least another 10% just by going down once. Oh, but she's wild, so she actually got 20% for just one slide down the slide. And no, don't go in the ball pit. I don't think the ball pit works as well as the slide. I didn't cancel it in time, and she's about to go in. Okay. So she just walked all the way around, and see, she's getting hardly any movement for that. Maybe 2 or 3% for going all the way around the ball pit, and that took a lot longer than just going down the slide once. And she disappeared. Okay. There it is. Yeah, sometimes the game glitches a little. Which one are you? Gabriella. Ugh. She wants to be mean, but no. Go do something else. Go eat. Why does she keep trying to get in the ball pit? And of course I didn't cancel it in time. I actually didn't cancel it at all. It canceled itself. Oh well, that didn't seem to be too bad. It shouldn't really add that to my queue because I'm telling her to do other things. She has like 5 slides up there, but she goes and jumps in the ball pit randomly. Alright, so you're Hun. Why does everybody want to go be mean? I'm busy. Go do something else. No ball pit. No ball pit. Maybe if I fill her queue all the way up, it won't do that. Yeah, I know I'm hungry, but that's okay. I'm going to completely ignore hunger and sleep until I get movement to 5. Because it is just annoying to wait on her to walk like that. Okay, do we not have enough food out here? Yes, there's food. Why? Why do we have all these hungry toddlers? Alright, well, I'm going to set out food. Maybe that will help. Eventually she will. Alright, that seems to be working. If I keep her queue constantly full, then she won't autonomously decide to go in the ball pit. But that's still really annoying. It doesn't really make much sense either. Alright, this takes a really long time, unfortunately, because she's going slower than she should because of all the kids we have in the house. But also, unfortunately, I think this is the fastest skill to raise because this slide might be from the Toddler pack. Yeah, it's like the kid stuff or the toddler stuff. And it's only for toddlers. There is no child slide, which is kind of disappointing. But for this challenge, I think if you didn't have any of the extra packs or the extra expansions, I think the best one to get is the tiny living one, because you can just have not even the micro home, just have the mid-size tiny home, and it will boost your skills twice, and it takes half as long to do this for the toddlers. And I think that's worth the $10. And Labor Day is coming up, so you could probably get it half off. They had it last year. All of the stuff packs and all of the expansion packs and game packs were half off. So I think that's well worth it if you just have base game. somebody be themselves. Oh well. It was probably one of the adults. Yeah, she's probably going to have to go potty again if I don't get this. Almost there. All right, 38%. She needs to get to 5, because level 4 they can run, but they still half the time toddle around, and that just gets old. So I'm just going to say max at 5, because even if I get a skill level to 4 and I just walk around from that point on doing her other skills, all of her other skills will get to 5, and she still won't be level 5 in movement. So that's how poorly walking around builds your skill. And this is another reason why I'm doing this sort of challenge, is that I will sit here and work on skills, and so I don't find it very challenging to do any of the achievements in the game, because it's just, okay, once you figure out what is the best way to do it, it's pretty easy. So the more interesting parts will be the adults and maybe the teenagers, but I think mostly the adults. No, we're not going to throw a tantrum. Even though I know you're really hungry and you're really tired. Okay, just a couple more slides, and I think we'll be there. Well, at least one more to get to level 4. And we might pass out first, but that's okay. My goal for today is just to get the movement down. There she is, level 4. And now she can run. And that makes things so much easier. Let's see if she can make it before she passes out. I think that's at least 4, maybe 5. Yeah, probably 5 more slides. And next is thinking. But I'm going to have to give her some food first, and maybe we'll sit on the potty once. I'm not going to worry about potty at all, because getting potty to level 3 is super easy as long as you go every time you need to go. I think the hardest one to raise is maybe imagination, possibly thinking. Communication is super easy too, because you can talk to the stuffed animals. And you would think that talking to an adult or a caregiver would be better than talking to the stuffed animals, but it's not. The stuffed animals raise a skill much quicker. And the worst thing to do is to use that tablet. I mean, it's convenient because you can raise all of the skills, but yeah, she's going to pass out. I didn't quite make it. I think I need one more, but she's going to run all the way over here to pass out. Okay, that's weird. All right, while she passes out, you're going to take one more slide. And let's see. You should probably eat something. But I think she's stuck. So we're going to reset you. Oh yeah, she's got that sleep bug. Go to sleep. And are you... All of my people are bugged. Well, she's not bugged. She's just going to pass out in 2 hours. You're asleep in the high chair, but you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. At least everybody got something to eat. Well, mostly. Oh, she already did it. Okay. So, did she reach level 5? No. Okay, one more. Just one more slide. Then you can go eat, I promise. And maybe she won't be exactly 5, but as long as she's close enough, I know she'll get it before she ages up. Okay, how far did we get? 99%. Okay, yeah. What can't you get to? Just eat your food right there. Okay, don't put your food down. Just eat it. Maybe she was going to go sit somewhere, and wherever she was going to go sit was occupied. They like to go sit on the toddler beds. Okay, so she's level 5 movement. Oh, crud. And I forgot about the potty. Oh, well. Alright, well. She's going to need potty help, too. Alright, don't talk. No talking. Eating only. You're about to pass out. But you're going to pick him up first. Okay, please tell me you're going to pass out. Okay. Hopefully we can stop her from using her diaper. Oh good, she's almost done eating. Who are you, Dale? Okay, never mind, you're moving again. Gonna make sure they all keep moving. Oh, why don't you ask her then? Because she's right there. Yeah, it used to be when they would ask for potty help, the adult would sit there and help them. And that would actually raise their attention because the adult was helping. But now the adult walks off and the child can still potty train, but they don't get the attention boost, which is super annoying because they really can't keep their attention up. And even if the skill goes up at the same rate as it did before, I still would not be happy with that. Yeah, maybe you're going to try and go to bed, but someone's going to wake you up crying. And what can't you get to? Ah. Yeah, the beds are probably mostly occupied. Alright, maybe I'll try to let her go to sleep because she did finish her goal for today. And she'll go to sleep a little bit, and then we got to start working on thinking. Are you going to pass out? Oh, crud. Now I have to ask someone to put her back on the potty when she wakes up, if she doesn't pee herself, which I think she's going to. That's the only bad thing about leaving the bedtime need so low, or the energy low. She does get 3 up arrows though, and that's really nice because those toddler beds are only 1 up arrow, and that just does not work half the time. Okay, so maybe when she wakes up, if Elena is still standing there, we can ask her to help us go back on the potty before she pees. Probably, but probably not. Well, at least she's close enough to not have to pick her up. Oh, she got a little bit of attention from that. Not much, though. And then Elena passes out. Well, maybe that'll reset her and she'll go to bed. Because all of her other needs, well, except for hunger, hunger's not very good. And hunger's not very good for her either. Let's check all the other people. It's hard to keep all these toddlers straight. The adults aren't too hard because there's only 2 of them. But there's so many toddlers, I really don't even know all their names. I wonder if she's going to pee in her diaper while she's sitting on the potty. Oh, that at least that got her to level 2. So I don't have to ask anymore. I can just use it. And she has no other skills other than a little bit of communication. No, you're not going to throw a tantrum. Well, I suppose you can go to bed. If we can find an empty bed for you. And that's another reason why she needs movement level 5. So that she can beat other people to the bed. Because you will be walking to a bed and all of a sudden one of the other toddlers will run up and grab it from you. So I just queue up a bunch of sleep because what happens is one of the toddlers will wake up and throw a tantrum, or just have super low needs and throw a tantrum and wakes up every single toddler in the room. So at least that will make her go back to sleep right away. And we can go and check on our other toddlers for see how well they're doing. This is almost spoiled, so we're going to have to get something else out. Why is this room so dirty? I have a maid, a butler, and I haven't called the nanny back, but a maid and a butler and 2 adults, and they can't ever clean this room because they're too busy. Well, the maid shouldn't be too busy, but seems like he can't get everything clean, so he just ends up leaving early. And last time he wasted, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 times trying to take out the trash where she was going potty and then just going out of the room and standing there doing nothing. Okay, your energy bar is full. Go get something to eat. You're using your diaper, but you're not hungry. At least not very hungry. 18 hours. You look like you're going to get some food, or at least ask. Why don't you just take some food? There's some sitting right there. Well, autonomy is not usually the smartest. Well, she's eating, and she has good energy for once. But I had to make her go to sleep, and the only reason why I permitted myself to make her go to sleep was because her pass out was at 0, and she wasn't doing anything. She was frozen. And the only way to reset that, even, because even if you reset the sim using the cheat methods, it will not uh, allow them to do any more autonomous actions because their energy is at 0 and they can't pass out because the game doesn't check. This game should be a lot more efficient. I mean, true, I have a little bit. I think I have too many. But I think it should work with maybe 10 or 15. Oh wow, she's actually getting to sleep. Most of the time she gets woken up way before this. Or the other toddlers in the room get woken up, because I noticed that almost all the other toddlers never have any energy. But it looks like they're actually able to sleep right now because nobody's throwing tantrums. But it actually works in my favor that they throw tantrums, because sometimes they go to sleep instead of just taking a nap, and they'll be super hungry. So at least they get woken up after they regain a little bit of energy, and then they can go get something to eat. Like you need to go get something to eat. And no, he's going to throw a tantrum and wake everybody up. Okay, here we go. First tantrum of the day. I think it's probably about time to stop sleeping anyway. Oops, wrong button. Yeah, I like to do watching adults is pretty much the best way that you can get your thinking up. But the problem is, once you select watch for one adult, it disappears from your memory. It disappears from the menu. So if you have 2 adults, you can toggle back and forth for it works. but sometimes the best way is to just queue up a bunch of watch actions. And then if the adult walks away, she has to go follow the adult. And that's another reason why I want her movement skill to be maxed out first. So after movement comes thinking. And probably do imagination after that. And she's already halfway through her first level. That's why I like trying to figure out what the best way is to raise a toddler skill, because toddler skills are annoying and they're repetitive. Um, it's unfortunate, but in order to get that nice buff at the end where they learn all their skills faster for the rest of their life, then you unfortunately have to do this. And it also fits in with the spirit of the challenge that everyone in the legacy tries to be the best that they can be at all stages without changing aspirations or jobs or skills. They pick one thing to specialize in. So I'm not really building super sims, but they're trying to be the best they can be for the specific skills that they've chosen. Level 2. It still goes pretty quick if you know which methods to use to raise your skill. If you try doing this on the tablet or with the nesting blocks or even listening to flashcards, none of those really work as well as this does. And that's just disappointing. I guess it makes a little bit of sense. Oh, it's really nice that the butler just keeps passing out right there, because then she doesn't, oh no, she's going to go to bed. I was about to say, if the butler keeps standing there, I can just use her and not have to walk all over the place. But yeah, she's going to have to walk to watch her sleep. But then I probably can't even use her as a watch target after that. I have to go back to her. That's fine. There are 2 other adults to watch. And I'm probably going to pass out soon. Well, Fiona's going to pass out soon. So our first toddler birthdays are going to be on Friday, which is kind of disappointing because they won't be going to school until Monday. So all of the toddlers will age up before they go to school on Monday. Now, that's good and bad because the last 2 days there won't be anybody around except for the founder during the day, but it's kind of sad that we won't have at least part of them gone on their first birthday, or the first time that some of them have birthdays. Okay, where are you at? She's giving someone a bath. We're gonna go watch Lori next. Lori, I think, actually was able to take care of some of her needs. So yeah, she's pretty happy, except for her social need is low. That will be fixed pretty soon. She's gonna be watching the toddlers while Elena passes out and probably pees herself. Let's turn on your earbuds. Yeah, I don't like it when the adults lose all their fun and then spend too much time kicking. because they act like they're kicking the sand or kicking the ground whenever they don't have enough fun, and that's actually taking time away from them doing what they're supposed to be doing. So it's a little bit of a cheat when I have the earbuds in their inventory. Why are you throwing a tantrum? Don't throw a tantrum. I have to watch her and make sure she doesn't throw tantrums, because what happens is the adults will come by and check on her, and then she'll ask to be put to bed, and I don't want her to go to bed yet. Okay, that's spoiled. That's spoiled. Oops. There we go. Level 3. Well, this one takes a little bit longer than movement, but hopefully not too much longer. So my goal for Wednesday is to get thinking done. Get one skill done per day. And she actually has 7 days, so she'll actually have all of her skills maxed before it's time for her birthday. And then I can just try and have her sleep and catch up on things until it's time for all these toddlers to age up. And then we will have a bunch of children running around. And she's going to start passing out soon. But that's okay. Like I said before, the passing out is actually a good thing. Yeah. The maid says, "Oh, look how dirty." Well, yeah, it's your job to clean it up. Go clean it up. All right, we might have to take a break after the next one, because I think she's going to pass out here. And as soon as she passes out, I might have to have her go use the potty chair, so that we don't have her pottying herself, because the goal is to never have to take a bath as a toddler. Nine minutes. Okay, yeah, after this she's going to pass out. All right. Go ahead, pass out. And then go potty. And I'm going to push off the eating until the last possible moment. She has no attention either. That's okay. She'll get her attention up when she works on communication. Oh, are you going to go out and sit on the swing? Okay, good. Sometimes Lori will come out here and sit on the swing and get stuck. And that annoys me to no end. Because she's an adult. She shouldn't even want to sit on the swing. It's not comfortable. There's lots of comfortable chairs and beds, but she goes out and she sits on the swing because she's tired. And then she gets stuck there. Alright, let's get rid of some of this because the maid is not keeping up. Okay, I think we got all the plates now. Well, not those. They're putting them on top of this fake fireplace, and I had to shrink the fireplace in order to fit it in that space. So when they put down the plates, it looks like it's a foot above where it should be. And why are these? Yeah, that should not be there. Okay, she's working on thinking again. Yeah, quit complaining and clean it up. That's your job. That's why you were hired. But no, he's just standing there. I might have to go hire a nanny again. Let's see. Nanny. Maybe that'll get more of the hunger need taken care of. As if I have another person in here taking people to the high chairs, giving baths, putting them to bed. And sometimes she even cleans up. And she's the only one that will make a group meal. And the other adults, they just make a meal for themselves. Alright, how are we doing? Halfway through level 3. I have to keep some of these plates clear off the high chairs because it will actually stop the adults from feeding the kids sometimes. It's like they won't clear the plate. Instead, they will put the kid in another high chair. even if they're sitting in a high chair. They will take the kid out and put them in a different high chair. Okay, we're about to pass out, but almost done with level 3. And we don't even need to potty. Did we? I wonder if she went in her diaper. I don't think so. Seems like her bladder need shouldn't be that high, but maybe it's okay. Her hygiene's still pretty good. They can go in their diaper once and not affect their hygiene too much. But if they go twice or more, it really brings their hygiene need down fast. Once we at least get level 4 before I have to go eat. Alright, I needed another person to watch. Let's watch you. I might have to set more food out. These are about to expire. Okay, who isn't doing anything? Oh, you're going to put him in a high chair. Of course. Oh, no tantrums. It's hard to keep track of her and make sure all the other people do what they're supposed to be doing. Belagoth, she's gonna make a cake. She always makes cakes. She doesn't like the stinky atmosphere either. Ha. Alright, 1, 2, 3. I should have 4 in there, which tells me, yeah, BB don't move objects, and it's kind of annoying sometimes because it does that. Level 4. Just one more level. We'll probably have to pass out at least one more time. I wonder if asking why... I haven't tried that one, but I find watching just works well, so I don't bother to experiment once I find one that actually works better than normal. I haven't explored all of the different ways, but I do know that the tablet is the worst. The blocks aren't too bad, but they require you to be level 2, and then they're still not as good as watching. And asking what, or thinking about what's that, if you click on an item like that, this what's that interaction is just as bad as the toddler videos. Let's try the ask why though, just for the heck of it. If she doesn't pass out first. No, she's gonna pass out first. Oh well. Alright, well that didn't get too far into level 4, but that's okay. Now I don't want to try asking why, because then she'll start a conversation and she might ask autonomously to go to bed or be fed. And I don't want to get stuck in a high chair. We have 12 hours to get something to eat. Someone needs to finish that cake. It would actually be nice if I had a cake and I didn't have to ask them to make one when a toddler had a birthday. But I doubt they will make that cake. It'll just sit there. The thing about the cakes, though, is that they don't spoil. This, whatever it is, like mac and cheese or... Oh, that's actually a cake. Well, maybe it spoils at this level. But when it's a bowl, it doesn't seem to spoil. And this might be going slower because she has this enraged buff. So maybe I should take a break and have her take care of her needs. But nah. Let's just try and get through this. Level 5. That's all you need. It can't be that hard. It's just hard to keep her from throwing a tantrum. No, don't listen. And when she throws a tantrum, everybody has to check on her. Alright, I think after this round, if it doesn't do it, I'm just gonna wait until she passes out one more time, and then we're going to go eat. We might have to go to the potty first. Because now her potty need is low. 2 hours to pass out. Okay, we can do this for 2 more hours. Sim hours. One more hour. Okay, yeah, she's not gonna make it, but that's okay. It's only about 45%. Then she has to go watch the nanny, and she'll probably pass out before she gets there. Well, maybe not. The nanny came back into the kitchen, and she's going into the bedroom where the nanny used to be and watching her there somehow. Because I think the check is just wherever it enters her queue, she has to go to that spot and then watch the person. And then it doesn't matter if the person walks away or if they actually walked back to her. Yeah, you're gonna pass out anyway. Go pass out. Go potty. And then we only have half a level of thinking left. Maybe we should grab the roast chicken, or maybe we should wait. Yeah, but we definitely got to go first. And then the nanny has left. So you're passing out. You're about to pass out. And the butler is just right there. Why is it watch an option? Did it take it away from me? Okay, I can watch her. The butler might be glitched because I couldn't watch her. Oh, now I can. Let's try to max out this last level of thinking. And then you can go eat. See what I mean? Her potty is almost to level 3 already. And we really haven't been going that much, just whenever it gets yellow or red. And we know we're going to use our diaper before the next time we make it to the potty or pass out. We only get about 3 or 4% every time we watch someone, which is low, but it's not terrible because it's a quick action. Okay, 7 hours. I might have to give up if she's only going to get that much for every time she watches. Well, maybe it'll finish. We'll see. At least she went and got it out of the refrigerator instead of taking something that one of the toddlers could take. A lot of times when I leave food out, the adults will actually eat it. It's like, no, that's for the toddlers. You can make your own. Six hours. That's still a really long time, at least in sim hours. Yeah, she definitely took a lot longer to do thinking than it was to do movement. And I think, unfortunately, imagination is going to be even worse. So that one might have to take 2 days. Or maybe we'll skip imagination and just do communication first. Because I know that one will be quick and will actually get her attention need up. So maybe she can be happy again. And I don't really know if having a negative emotion keeps them from learning as quickly. I haven't tested that out yet. So if anybody's done any of those tests, just let me know. She's almost there. Maybe when she finishes all of these, she will be able to come eat. 5 hours. Well, it's getting a little close, but it's not that bad. It's only 17%, but she's got to pass out first. Yep. That's okay. When she wakes up, then it'll be time. And that should more than take care of it. Why are you standing there? I have to reset these people. Okay, if she doesn't pass out, I have to go make her sleep. No, she's gonna go pick someone up. No, you're supposed to be passed out. You're gonna go sleep. Keep forgetting it's under cheats. It's not under sim commands to reset them. Okay, she passed out on the way to the bed. Are you max level yet? Almost. She actually made it to the bed. Alright. I thought that that would be enough, but it may not be. Yeah, I think maybe she's earning it a little bit slower. 94. Oh, come on. So close. Alright, now I have to find something to eat because that's spoiled. What? She didn't even do it? Ah. Why did it disappear? Alright, we just might have to take a little break and then do it after. It's almost there though. 97 or 98%. If I had been able to do it just one more time. Maybe what we'll do is let her take one bite of food and then have her go ask why. Maybe that will push her over the edge. And that's probably the closest I have ever gotten to losing a toddler. Because, I mean, even when I'm not controlling the adults and trusting autonomy to take care of the toddlers, I have never lost a toddler to social services. Now, babies, on the other hand, are much easier to lose because for some reason, well, for obvious reasons, their hunger need decays much more quickly. And she didn't eat hardly any of that, but that's okay. We're going to go do one more watch, and if she didn't finish it, I'm going to put it back in her inventory so she can eat it again. After she passes out, probably. Alright, we have mastered the thinking skill. And it's the next day, 7:40. That didn't go too well, but that's okay. Is it Friday? Yeah, tomorrow. Tomorrow starts birthdays. We can get rid of these toddlers. And hopefully they can start cleaning up the place. No, don't talk. Okay, she's gonna pass out. That's fine. She probably didn't even finish that, but nope. But it's okay. Maybe we'll try one more time to finish the meal. And she has to go all the way back into the bathroom to pass out. It's kind of silly when they do that with food to take it to some place to set it down when they're done with it. But when they do that to pass out, that makes absolutely no sense at all. Okay, what's wrong with you? She has something stuck in her hand. That's never good. There we go. That probably isn't finished, but that's okay. I'm gonna assume it's finished. Oh, I didn't give you anything to do. Let's finish eating this. Jasper. Nope. There we go. Okay. And he's gonna wake everybody up. Yep, see? Well, if you only have the base game, crying babies and crying toddlers don't actually wake up everyone in the room. At least I don't think it does. I think I had to buy the Parenthood pack or something. Some pack that I bought caused that to start happening. Because I remember when I first got this game, that actually never happened. That the kid would actually have to target the adult and say, "Wake the adult up," in order for it to happen. No, you were actually gonna. Okay, let's ask someone to fix this because it has been broken for who knows how long. That ability is new too. At least I think it is, because I don't remember being able to ask an adult to fix the dollhouse. It usually just stayed broken. And of course the kids can't fix it. I wish they could ask to fix normal household objects, but I don't think they can do that. Let's see. Let's have you fix it. Alright, the dollhouse is fixed. Hopefully nobody smashes it until I have a chance to use it. But yeah, see, talking to that stuffed animal gets her attention up, gets her fun up. And she could actually smash the dollhouse if she wanted to, so I got to be careful because she's very angry. Maybe I can get the very angry off of her mood so that she'll just be angry instead of very angry if I get her attention up a little bit. But all we have to do is communication and imagination. So I'm probably going to go back and forth between the dollhouse and these stuffed animals until she maxes out the last two things. And potty is just as needed. Which I might have to do soon. She's going to pass out in 2 hours. She'll probably wait until she passes out the next time and then go potty. Now she's still very angry because she's tired. Just do not smash the dollhouse, please. I don't want someone to have to fix it again. Yeah, she's going through that play dolls animation pretty quickly. I think it's because she's very angry. A lot of times they'll sit there and play dolls longer than that. I just want her to pass out so that she gets her energy up in order to go to the bathroom. Because if she goes potty right now, she's just going to pass out in the middle of it. Okay. All right. After she passes out, then she can go potty. And we get a long ways to go on imagination. I haven't found a real easy way to get imagination up yet. With movement, thinking, and communication, I think I have found the best way. Imagination, the dollhouse seems to be the best, but I'm not quite sure. Definitely toddler videos are not the best. And the other issue with the dollhouse is there's only 2 slots. So if these guys are over here playing, then I won't be able to play. And I bet one of them is going to smash it. Oh, it's almost someone's birthday. So tomorrow at 12:50, we should start having birthdays. And then we can open up the children's area upstairs. It looks kind of barren over here because this is where I actually put their projects. Oh, good. There's a spot free. No more food. Okay. That's not good. I think it's also glitching because everybody's frozen. Okay, there we go. Don't use the dollhouse. It's my turn. Okay, there we go. Oh, she actually asked someone, I think, to play with her. I haven't seen that work in forever. Hopefully it's giving her the boost, though. I don't know if it is, because I don't really know what the normal rate is for the dollhouse. Oh, she's gonna smash that dollhouse eventually. What? You guys are not childish. You should not be able to play with that dollhouse without a kid there. This thing has been glitchy ever since, I don't know, some patch in June. It's like if you have a dollhouse, they're constantly asking the adults to go play with the dollhouse. And yet they cannot. It's like when I click on this, I can't say play dolls with anymore. It's gone. But autonomously, they can ask the adult to come play with the dollhouse, and they do that constantly. So I almost did this without a dollhouse, but oh yeah, we should probably take a look at the neighborhood action plans. Oh, I can get rid of this bassinet too. But never mind, I can't sell it, so I'll just leave it there. It's not going to help me. I don't need the space for anything else, and I'm not supposed to sell anything and get my money back. And this is going super slow. Maybe I'll just take care of her needs. Maybe that'll make it go better. Oh, no, let's not do that. Yeah, she's going to pass out first. So I'll let her pass out. Then we'll go eat. And I need some way to get her attention up. I used to have the adults read books, but that doesn't work anymore either. If you ask an adult to read a book, it'll just cancel out of their queue. And even if you start the action with the adult, it does the same thing. So book reading is broken. And that used to be a nice way to get their imagination up and their attention up at the same time. But that doesn't work anymore. What I might do is just after she eats, have her go to bed, and then we can pick this up another time. The only thing left is communication, imagination, and potty. But those are really, really slow. And it will be interrupted tomorrow by kids starting to have birthdays. So I generated all of these toddlers at the same time, but they didn't all get the same amount of days. Some of them are going to age up on Friday. Some of them are going to age up on Saturday, and some of them are going to age up on Sunday. So that's why I thought it best to have the founder start as a baby instead of a toddler or a child, because then you get the maximum amount of days that you're supposed to get. And I don't have that random thing on either where it's supposed to give you a random amount of days between ages. So I'm not sure why it does that. If maybe the game just can't have all of those birthdays on the same day and decides, let's move it to the next day or the previous day. Or maybe there is just a little bit of randomization when you generate a character as to how many days they have left in their current age cycle. You were not done eating those. Okay, let's hurry up and eat those. I don't care if the game glitches. I just want her to finish that food. Yeah, that's never a good idea. "2 hours. Can you just finish the food, please? And then you can go to bed." Well, if she doesn't finish it, she finished it enough. I think I'm just going to have her go to bed. If she can make it all the way there before she passes out. Ah. Alright, she actually finished the food. 20 minutes. Can you make it to the bed? Yes. Alright, well, I'll pick this up next time and we'll work on the rest of her skills. Thanks for watching. This is Charity. Bye.